Yes, that game was in 1987. IU beat Syracuse. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been on the LPGA now. It'll be my 5th year. And, you know, we always came to Rochester, and we love it here. Well, about 2 years ago, I guess now it's been, my husband took a job here in Rochester. And I said, Rochester? Well, I know that place. I said, I know the restaurants. I know where to live. This is great. So we moved here about 2 years ago, and we are loving it. And we love the community. My husband's now the head pro at Brook-Lea Country Club, and you know, the people are what makes this place, this city, this town. And golf has such a rich history here in Rochester, and we're so happy to be a part of it. And you know, starting with LPGA, but now to bring the Symetra Tour, thanks to Mike. Yes, and Joe. So he's a new Mike and Mike. So, but we love it here, and I know the girls are just gonna love Brook-Lea, and we're gonna love the community and everyone involved. So we can't thank Brook-Lea enough, and Mike and the LPGA. And thank you for all of your support.
I was watching Dana play today, and you know, she had a baby 9 weeks ago, and she hits the ball so freaking good. So painful for me. Okay, our next speaker is someone who's very accomplished. She played a lot of great golf on the LPGA, has represented our country in the Solheim Cup competition, and worked her way right up through the Futures Tour. Actually got on LPGA through being in the top money winners. So. I want to introduce you to Christy McPherson, a great girl from South Carolina, and we never played them, so I don't care.
Thanks, Mikey. Actually, last night we were at dinner, and you know, John was like, when did you meet Danielle? I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, we met in 1996. Were you born then, Madison? Yes, I think. 1996. Playing junior golf together. And that girl, I met her, and I'm like, man, I'm just a southern girl from South Carolina, and I'm like, who is this girl? Where is this accent from? And she's like, I said, where are you from? She said, I'm from Rochester. I said, where are you from? I'm from Conway, South Carolina. So from there on out, for as long as I knew Danielle, she was always Rochester, and I was always Conway. And so, you know, we decided we were going to go to college. We were like, well, she called me. She said, Conway? She said, I'm going to go look at Auburn. She said, I think I like Auburn. I said, you know, I'm going to look at Auburn. Let's go to Auburn together. So we took our recruiting trip together in Auburn in October of 1998. Recruiting trip there. And poor girl, she was sick as a dog. She had mono the whole time. And I went out on a recruiting trip and do what you do on recruiting trips, and came back that night, and I was self-inflicted, sick as a dog, and I think I had bad seafood or something. But and Danielle, she grabbed my hair. She said, "Come on, let's go." I said, all right. I said, that's a good friend right there. And all y'all know, anybody who's held your hair back, that's a good friend. And I've always been there, too. I know that. So, yeah, so, you know, Jenny, you've been there, too. Okay, we're to be honest here, but we're all friends. Yeah. So, but Danielle and I we just, I'll throw you under the bus every now and then. But, we played 4 years of college against each other. She called me, she said, Conway, I'm going to Auburn. I was like, how does a girl from Rochester, New York end up in Alabama? And so we played 4 years against each other. I went to South Carolina and we played the same conference. So every week we'd see each other. She's like, you coming to Auburn yet? Trying to get me transferred. But, and after that we played Futures Tour together, and we were Futures Tour when it was our day, back in our day. So, but we were very fortunate to both graduate from the Futures Tour and get on to the LPGA, and so we spent some time on the LPGA together. And Danielle and I spent a lot of years together, but never enough, And to have a tournament here and a Futures Tour, Symetra Tour event with Danielle's name on it, I know as a friend and as a player, it's pretty special. So we can't say thank you enough. For me, it's, you know, and 144 girls that will come through here, and, you know, all the girls that have been in Rochester for 38 years. Rochester's been a huge part of my career, and, you know, the Futures Tour then, Symetra Tours, you know, paved the way and gave me the opportunity to go and chase a dream that you know, I never would have had a chance to do. So with all you guys, the support of you guys, we can't say thank you enough. I know being on the LPGA, we're going to be sad not to be in Rochester this year, but to keep that tradition alive of women's golf in Rochester and to have Danielle's name on it is really special, and we all, you know, like I said, can't say thank you enough, and I know Mike and Mike will do a great job, and I know that women's golf will be in Rochester for many more years to come, so, and that's all, thanks to all you guys, and like I said, we can't say thank you enough, we appreciate it.
Okay, our next speaker owes her whole golf career to me. And her love life, too. And I got her boyfriend and 2 sponsor exemptions, which she's just starting out. So, I'm not going to take credit for the boyfriend yet. We'll see how that goes, but I like him. He's a good guy. So, Madison Pressel, yeah, she's the younger sister of Morgan Pressel, and she sent me an email a couple of years ago and asked me if she could get a sponsor exemption to the Syracuse tournament that I was running, and we talked on the phone because, you know, I wanted to see what she was all about, and in about 5 minutes I said, this is our person. And she's just become a good friend in a short amount of time, and she's just a heck of a player who's got a great future ahead of her, and depending on what happens in a couple of weeks, you know, I'm not convinced that she'll be on this tour next year because she's playing tough, and Q School's coming up, and you never know. But she's around 20th on the money list for this season, her rookie year on the tour. If she is on the tour, she'll be a star next year. And I want to have Madison Pressel come up and say a few words.
So yes, everything Mike said unfortunately was true. I owe everything to him. I went to the University of Texas and I graduated in May of 2013. I turned professional shortly after graduating, and I hadn't gone to Q School yet, so I didn't have any status to play anywhere. I wanted to kind of get into Symetra Tour rather than going to LPGA to do sponsor invites because, well, I knew my competition to get sponsor invites might be a little less than Symetra, but also I knew that was most likely where I was going to be spending at least my first year on tour, and it allowed me to get my feet wet. So, you know, thanks so much to Mike for getting me involved. I was able to play in the Albany event last year, and then again in Syracuse, and I played great, and then I went through to Q School and had another great couple events, and now I'm out here. I just finished my rookie year. I think I was somewhere around 20th, so I'll be exempt to final stage, and so like I said, hopefully I won't be here next year. I would definitely love to come back for the Danielle Downey's Pro-Am, because that was such a great opportunity for me to get involved in this community. My sister has been at the Wegmans event for, I think this is her 10th season, so she has been staying with the same family for, I think, all 10 years. So I know it was very hard for her to have to leave here this last year, being the last year here in Rochester, and, you know, she's a little jealous that I'm maybe going to be able to come back here for the event, but I think it's such a great opportunity for us to have new events. Like Mike was talking about the future of the Symetra Tour. I am in it in the big swing of things when it's really getting big, and to think that this tour ever had any fewer events is so hard to believe, because now I'm on it, and everyone left and right, we're like, hey, we got this new event, we had 2 new in Kansas this year, we're going to have this one in Albany next year, and you know, we're like the minor leagues, and it's really cool to see 10 girls, like Mike said on Sunday, got their tour card, and one of them was one of my best friends. So it's really cool just to see how that, you know, your dream comes true, and without you guys, those dreams don't come true. So, you know, it's to have Danielle's name on this. I only met her about once or twice through college golf. My friend Victoria played for Auburn while she was there coaching, and it was the regionals in my senior year, I think, that she kind of took over the whole team. The coach got cancer and wasn't able to coach, and Danielle stepped in and